Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Joey, you're watching VegasDtech, and it is Tech Talk Tuesday, and I have another e-bike review for you. Today guys, we're looking at a sport bike. A lot of you guys have been asking me, Joey, I know you've been doing folding bikes, sport bikes, long range bikes, and I'd like to see a combination of a sporty but long range bike. Can you get anything like that? Well guys, I think I've managed to check all the boxes for you, and let's take a look. Today we're going to be taking a look at a bike company called MEELOD Electric Bikes, and they have a sport bike here called the DK300 PRO. So let's take a look at that. Okay guys, so the DK300 back here is going to be a sporty, as you can see, that motorcycle moped style. It comes with two batteries, guys. The batteries on these are going to be 48 volt 15 amp. So you're going to have a combined total of 48 volt 30 milliamp, okay? So you're going to have double range here. The thing I like about this bike is the other bike I was looking at had a 60 amp hour battery, but that thing weighed 30 pounds. And I was like, I would have hoped that they could create a bike that you didn't have to bring all of it at once. If you were doing short hops, you could just bring half the power. And then if you're going for long range, you could bring both options. And this right here actually answered that, because if you're gonna be going, let's just say, I'm saying anything up to 25, 30 miles, you could just bring the one battery and just leave this one at home. However, if you're gonna be spending the whole day out pedaling all day, just going all over town, and you're going to be putting in, say, 50 to 70 miles, then you could just put both of these on and be guaranteed not to have to worry about distance anxiety, okay, range anxiety. So the company states, guys, that this bike can do 120 miles. Like I said, that's all going to be varying based on your terrain, how heavy of a rider you are, and how heavy you are on this right here, okay? Anyways, folks, let's go ahead and jump into the assembly of this bike. Let me show you how it came out of the box. Then we'll jump on the website, take a look at some specs, and then we'll get out here and do a performance run, and let's see what she can do. Alrighty guys, so here is the DK300 Pro. It just arrived here about 2 hours ago. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it and see what we got. The box says that it weighs 53.80 kilos. It is approximately, it's a larger box than usual. Let's see, this is 63 inches wide by 34 inches high. Anxious to see what's in it that's taking up all this space. So let's get into it. So anyways, guys, that's it. It didn't take very much to get this thing put together. As you guys already saw, it came out of the box pretty much 90% built. The only thing we had to do was put the handlebars on, affix the wheel, put the fender on it, and pedals, and that's pretty much about it. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick quality on this bike like I do with all bikes. Check the front and rear axle, double check the chain, make sure that the brakes are operational, charge up this battery, make sure the tires are all aired up, and then we will get it out to the testing grounds. We'll go over the specs and features of it, and then we'll go ahead and give it a run. So I'll see you guys out there. Okay guys, let's jump on the website here and go to the MEELOD website. This is it. Looks like Vegas in the background. I don't know where that's at, but it does look similar to that. And let's jump down to the models here. So they have 3 variants of this style bike: the DK200, the 300 Pro, and the 300 Max. Initially, they wanted to send me out this DK200 to review, but I seen too many other reviews done on it with bikes that look very similar, probably the identical bike, just being sold under a different name. And I wasn't really interested in making a review on the same bike, so I asked them, can we do something different? And they said, okay, why don't we try the 300 Pro, which I looked at, I'm like, yes, this looks different than that, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so if we take a look at the 3 different variants here, you can see 200, 300 Pro, 300 Max. Okay, so we're primarily going to look at this bike, okay, right here, because this is what I'm reviewing, and it says 120 mile range. That's based on weight and terrain, of course, and then 32 miles per hour unlocked, class 3. You see 1, 2, and 3. I have mine unlocked to class 3 right now, so I'm trying to get as much of this as I can. And then of course the price range $19.99. So let's go ahead and take a look here and jump in a little bit deeper. It comes in 2 different colors. I don't have this color right here. I have just the standard black, which looks like this. There you go. It's basically what it looks like. I like the layout of it, man. It looks like a motorcycle. I wish the seat kind of like slid back a little bit. This is a little bit close to the tank for me. I would push it back a little bit. All right, they call it the Cross Terrain Conqueror. And it says right here, never meet range anxiety. The range is 200% longer than others. Now, how do they come up with this? It says DK300 Pro 60 plus 60. How? Because of these 2 batteries. They're claiming 60 miles on each battery. All right, now guys, let's talk about range here, folks, okay? Because this is another one that you really got to kind of keep an open mind on. They have here in lowercase, description that this is tested by men weighing 170 on gentle roads. Data will vary by body type and road conditions, for sure. Looking at the individual they've got modeling this, he looks like he's about 5'8", and he looks like, just take a look at. He's got a good pronounced chin and definition in his arms, so I'm going to put him at about 160 to 170 pounds on this bike, which if he's testing this bike, he's probably the one that's getting this kind of range and performance out of it. It's saying that he probably went from New York all the way to Washington to Franklin, and that would constitute a 120-mile run. Well, I have no interest in taking a bike that far, but if it was me, you would not see me doing anything like this. I would rarely even take a car this far, let alone a bicycle. If it was me, I'd probably go from New York across one bridge, have a look-see, cross the other bridge, maybe stop for a pizza, Philly cheesesteak sandwich, come across the East Bridge, call it a day, man. Put it on a charger and be happy that I got home safe. But that's just me. So jumping down below here, guys, here's some specs of the actual bike. It says that the rider height here is between 5'3" and 6'2". Yeah, 5'3", probably going to struggle a little bit on this. You're probably going to be tippy-toeing trying to get on it. Anything that, I'm 6 feet tall, and I'm pretty much able to flat foot on it, but it's a little bit challenging right here if you're in this range. One thing I found particularly funny right here is the maximum rider weight is 450 pounds. All right, guys. No lie, I'm 215 pounds. You know what I mean? I could stand to lose 30 pounds. So I'm already feeling like I am affecting the performance of the bike. Top end speed, acceleration, battery, longevity at just 215 pounds. Okay, I can't imagine an individual of 450 pounds getting on this bike, because he would be stressing every single bearing, bolt, and nut on this bike, pushing it to its limit. Yeah, that is a bit extreme. I would say no to that, but then again, choice is yours. If you like that style and you want to get it, give it a run. There is a warranty on the bike, so you can always take that up with the service department. All right, moving on. What do we got here? Just take a look at the bike. You know, their camera work here is multi-$1,000. A lot better than what I can do with my 4K little GoPro and stuff. But take a look at this here. Nice, basic Shimano derailleur. Here's the adjustable shocks. 160 millimeter rotors with the hydraulic calipers. 2 batteries. Yeah, overall just a nicely put together bike if you like this moped, motorcycle style type of a bike. I think they've done a great job putting together this bike with that blacked out Batman stealth look. This is what they offer here, guys. So anyways, guys, enough of this. We've looked at all the specs here. Let's get on the bike. Let's take it through its paces and see what it does in the real world. All right, guys, so as we power this bike on, you're going to go ahead and flip this switch to the on position, get the juice going on there, and then you're going to come up here and hold this button down, and the bike should fire up. And the first thing it's going to do, and it's asking me for this each and every time. I haven't found a way to bypass this, but you're going to have to insert your passcode to get in, and it's going to be 0000. And once you input that in, all of your instrument cluster will come on, and you'll get all of the necessary information as far as speed, battery power, range, everything else, okay? So let's go ahead and jump on this, and let's get the performance test done. All right, guys, so we're doing our test run back here. This track is going to take us all the way behind the Green Valley Ranch Casino. I will set this all the way up to Power Assist 5 and see what kind of speed we get. Now, I've hooked up the GPS to it, and there's a 1 mile per hour difference. So whatever this gauge says, we're actually getting a 1 mile per hour difference out of it. Now, right now, guys, I'm all throttle. Pedal power. I don't have any resistance on the feet, so I'm just freewheeling or ghost pedaling, and I'm just running regular throttle. And throttle's got me at 27.5, going up a mild incline. The bike is very stable. The handlebars are big and wide, BMX style. I like that. It makes you feel real stable. The seating position is comfortable. And we're hitting about 30 miles per hour right there. Back down to 27, 26, 27. Here we're gonna climb up this grade here. It's about a 3 degree grade here, 4 degree, 26 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour coming across the bridge, 24 miles an hour coming across the bridge. Coming down the other side. We're gonna catch more speed coming down the other side because it's decline. 31, 32, 32.8, 33.1. So we caught 33.1 coming down with a mild decline. And here's a flat out run here, 33.1. 32, 33, and we've made it here behind the Green Valley Ranch Casino. Little hill right here, little come down action. And I am doing no pedaling, guys. There's really no point. My gear is set up in 7th gear, and well, I'm freewheeling at this point. All I can do is hang on for the ride, and we go all motor. Quick little U-turn, and we'll start our run back. Running back 21, 22. This is about the flattest that we've got right here. It's slowly climbing. The one thing I can say about this, guys, you're not gonna get like incredible torque to jump you off in speed. The speed climb is very linear, okay? So you're gonna get to that top end speed, but it doesn't slow and gradual even when you're in pedal assist number 5. So we're hitting 28, 29 miles an hour. The website claims what, 32? But like I said, that's all, you know, pertinent to the terrain and the weight of the rider. Maybe if I was 160 or 170, I'd get those numbers, but we're holding on to about 29 right now, 29 miles an hour. Coming up the incline on the back side of the bridge, back up on that 4 degree incline. We're dropping down to 26, 25, 24. Back across the plain, 24, 25, 26. Coming down the backside, we got the downward slope. We should be picking up a lot of speed here. We're at 32, 33, 35, 36, 32, 33, 32. So guys, this is great. I mean, you're going to be averaging, like I said, based on your weight, the bike can definitely get you up into the 30s. Yeah, we're holding 32.3 right here, 32.5, and with that, here comes a big dip. And with that double range on the batteries, hey man, if you want to take this from right here at Green Valley Ranch and ride this bike all the way downtown on the Strip to the Venetian, the Bellagio where you work, great. Park your bike and have plenty of juice to come home. The bike is nimble, very responsive. I can navigate these, all of this washout from the rain. Oh, the suspension's great, man. This suspension is lovely. I got the fronts about halfway on the preload and dampening. I got it about halfway, and the back is automatically set. Oh man, comfortable, comfortable. Making our left turn right here. Back on the throttle. And like I said, man, it doesn't have an enormous boost, you know, when you hit the gas, but it's a very linear climb all the way up to the 30-mile range that you want to get at. All right, guys, so we're back at my incline testing range, and it's just gonna be the overpass bridge. This is a 2-step or a 2-tier bridge. It's 8%, and we're gonna go ahead and just use throttle only on this and see what kind of performance we get going up, what kind of speed we can get. All right, guys, so throttle only. We're at 9 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, 11, 12, about 12, 12 and a half. It's about average of what everybody else gets back on part 2. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12.5, climbing up that incline. Now I just want to show you guys the turning radius on this bike. All right, so I'm all the way over and I try to turn it and tight. So the turning radius on this bike, guys, if I take this thing and turn it as hard as I can, it's pretty tight. So this is about as good as you're gonna get turn-wise. So the turning radius on this bike, guys, you're gonna have to come to a stop and then give it the power and juice to make this turn, because I'm using up all this space. Looks like about 10 feet. And the main reason for that is because of these lockouts on the side. this is about as far as you're going to be able to turn it because of the lockouts, and it's because of the design of this twin fork. There's little rubber grommets on the sides of the fork tubes, and they limit your range on where you can turn. So this is a 10-foot turn radius here, and if you're going to turn it, you're going to have to really crank it all the way, and you can see it's eating up almost all of that. Right? Stop, point in, turn it, and eat up all the way. So understand that your turning radius is going to be kind of tight because of the twin fork design. All right, coming down the hill here, guys, we're going to test the brakes, see how adequate they are. Ooh, we're going to hit about 17 miles an hour down here, nail both brakes. Woo, boy, we got some skids on that. We definitely got some skids on that. We locked it up good. These are hydraulic brakes. They have 160 millimeter disc brakes. All right, guys, so what we're talking about, I just got a phone call on my phone. But anyways, we're talking about the brakes here. But this thing stopped perfectly, as you saw. And here's the skid marks right here. Starting, boy, they're gonna find me for doing all these skid marks on this bridge. But I think we started right around here. And then you can just see the skid marks right along here. I locked them up really good right here, guys. That was a full lock. And it still gave me quite a few feet before death do you part. All right, so let's get back on here and do one more brake test down at the end of this corridor. And don't forget to put your kickstand up. I do that all the time. All right, coming back down here. Woo, we're hitting 17 right there. Coming fast. Ooh. Yes, sir. That was another skid. You guys heard it, man. That's for real. Brakes are wonderful, man. Hydraulic brakes, even though it's 160 millimeter brake rotors, does the job. Back over here at my Gratitude Park to do our wrap-up. Love this park, guys. No Name Park. I found out that this park here is actually run by the Water Reclamation Center back over here. It doesn't have a name. I created the name of this park because every time I come out here, man, I have gratitude for how beautifully they landscaped it. Alrighty, guys, so for pro number one, overall, just the beauty of the bike itself, how it all comes together. It's a sport bike design, moped design, and you know, it's got that flat Batman stealth look to it, man, that makes it look fast. It's got the big beefy Chow Yang 4-inch wide tires on it. And also, guys, it comes with a something amazing here. It's called Hippo Skin. I don't know if you can see that. Hippo Skin. It's a new technology here where it's supposed to be, I think it's 3 millimeters of extra protection on the actual tire to give you some added puncture resistance. You know, because that's one of the anxieties you get on these bikes here is that I don't want to have a flat. You know, the thing that I love about this here is that if what I wanted from the last bike was the battery being so heavy, I was like, do I need to constantly bring out double batteries every single time if I'm only going to be using it to go back and forth to, say, the store or around the corner? And the answer to that with MEELOD is no, because you could run on either one. You could run on the top one or the bottom one. You could take the top one off and just run on the bottom, or you could take the bottom one off and just run on the top. Or if you're going to be putting in work and going out all day long and you want to just, you know, have the range, put them both on. The way it works here, guys, it only pulls power from one at a time. Once that runs out, then it will flip over automatically to the next one up top. It doesn't pull from both batteries evenly. It's one, when that depletes, and then it's the other. The seat on this thing, guys, I used to tell you all the time, man, if the seat ain't comfortable, it's through. I think they said it was ergonomically designed to have some sort of a special type of a foam that's inside of there to give it some extra cushion. If you do not have a rear suspension, you can expect for every single bump, speed bump, pothole, all of that shock is going to travel right up through the frame, right through the seat and into you. So it's very, very nice that you have this, and also it's adjustable. All you got to do is spin down right back here. It looks like there's like a spanner wrench. You could spin it down here to make it tighter or looser. And then of course in the front you have the very same thing. You have the option here to set your preload, which I never really mess with that. If I go all the way open, all the way closed, I just set it in the middle, which is where it's at, just fine. And same thing with this here, guys. I don't really mess with it. The compression here, you can click it all the way soft, which means you're gonna get a lot of rebound, okay, a lot of travel. And then if you lock it all the way out, then basically it's like you have no dampening at all. It'll just stay locked hard. Who wants that? So I just count, there's like 14 clicks from wide open to shut, and I just click it back. So half of 14 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's right in the middle, and that works perfectly. Here, guys, you got spacers on the neck. You can move the stem up and down. If you want this down a little bit or you want it up a little bit, you can just remove each of these. It's like a little wedding ring. You pull them off and you can bring it down and up. It's adjustable. You can rotate the handlebars front and back. The bike does come with a humongous headlight on it, and at first I couldn't figure this thing out, man. I was getting these outside rings are daytime running light. All right, let's see if I can power that on for you. Okay, so you got daytime running lights there, and you got a high beam and a low beam. I missed it at first, man. The high beam, low beam switch is on this side. I was looking all over here for high beam, low beam, and I couldn't configure it, and it was sitting right here the whole time, right above your horn. So high beam, low beam, and middle beam. So when you got it on the middle beam, that's like daytime running light action right there. Then you got your low beam action, so it'll just put the light about 6 feet in front of you. And then if you're going down long stretches, you click the high beam, that's gonna shoot it out about 15 feet out in front of you. Only issue I had with this thing is it flickers every so often. Don't know why. Went through the settings here, took a look at the settings. I have the connection perfect. It's nothing to do with the connection. But every so often while we're riding at night with the lights on, you'll get it to flicker every so often. But it never completely goes off. It stays on, just that little glitch. And it also comes with a brake light. Okay, so if you hit the brake on there, the brake light will fire off, so you'll have a brake light option. All right, so how about the cons? There's a couple of cons on this. Number one, every time you turn the bike on, the controller's gonna come on and it keeps asking you for this password. Okay, so you can ride the bike with this thing off, that's fine. But if you wanna get into any of the settings, if you wanna see how fast you're going, your pedal assist, you wanna change that, you wanna change your, you wanna see your miles, your trip meter, you can get none of that unless you insert the password. And the password is preset, at 0000, and then once that comes on, you'll be able to have access to all of these settings and so forth. And then the second thing is the second stage of passwords. If you hold these two buttons down, normally this will get you into an advanced menu, and once again it's asking you for another set of passwords, which was confusing. I had to contact my marketing director to ask her, how do I get past this? And then she told me to try another code, which was 2020. Enter, and then you'll have these additional options here where you could change the backlight, your unit between miles per hour, kilometers per hour, your auto off, how long you want before the screen shuts off, the wheel size, steel number, I don't know, speed limit, you can change that. I've got it to the maximum, 0 start, boost drive, start strength, boost magnetic, trip reset, error codes, Bluetooth, voltage level, cruise set, language, passwords, more Bluetooth, display info, factory reset, exit. Okay, guys, so you can see here, there's a lot for you guys to do on the advanced setting, but you got to have the passwords, and each time you turn the bike on, you got to put in that first password. That was the first annoying thing that we had. The second thing that I have on here is that I noticed here, man, that I'm getting a little bit of a clanging. When I hit bumps and so forth, this chain is really loose, okay? I don't know if they can tighten it or whatever, but what happens here is that as this bike climbs gears, it's got a good distance away from it right now, but as it climbs gears, it gets it close to this fender here, and it just, and I'm just getting all this bang up action here. So maybe the company will tighten this thing up a little bit or lessen the links or whatever, but this is going to get all beat up if you do a lot of jumping around. I don't even do a bunch of jumping around, just coming off of curbs and stuff. This is doing that action, so maybe they can get that thing fixed. Number 3, maybe I need to condition the battery. I don't know, because prior to doing this review on the performance, I charged this thing overnight and both batteries were in the green. Both of the meters show that they're in the green. On this one up here, the bar meter says that, I don't know if you can see that, but the bar meter shows that it's 100% full. Okay, so I've got it switched over. I've got the power switched over to the top, should be full. But I'm showing on here, if you could see it, it's just showing half power. I don't know. And the total miles that I have on this right now is 21. I got 21.7 miles. And this is rated as a long distance bike. And I don't know if that, what's the situation with that, but the one battery on the bottom shows dead. Top battery shows full. Battery indicator shows half. I don't know what to think of that. I don't know if the batteries need to be conditioned. So I will be taking a look at this, keeping a close eye on this in the next couple of weeks. Alrighty guys, so that's everything I got for you today on the MEELOD DK300 Pro Long Range Edition sports bike. The link to this bike will be down in the description below if you're interested in taking a look at more of the specs or possibly picking up one of these units for yourself. If, however, this is not the bike for you, stay tuned next week. I will have another one that just might fit you better. Anyways, guys, I'm Joey. You're watching VegasDtech. Thanks for coming out for another Tech Tuesday e-bike review, and I will catch you guys next week. You guys be well. Take care now.